It's all right. It's recording, but I didn't change the title on the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's up? Welcome to the Spearhead Transmission. It's April 12th, 2018. It's time to break those chains and water that tree. Starting it out right tonight.
Right. Hey, you're that kid from Crocodile Tears, aren't you?
Yeah. You're goddamn right I am. That movie's good, man.
Uh-huh.
What's that called? Along Came
Polly.
Polly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
I like the scene when he walks in the boat and old Hank Azaria is just hammering away with
those
scooping.
Ruben. I like when it shows
Look into my eyeballs.
A ride back to the airport.
Yeah,
On the back of that scooter
after he crashes the.
Who's that dude?
Hank Azaria. That's the guy that's a Pooh from The Simpsons.
Yeah,
he's the guy who plays all those wild voices in The Simpsons. Huh. Ruben, look into my eyeballs. Happy as a hippo. Right?
Near the end, don't they go to a nude beach at the end?
No,
yeah.
They're just at the beach, but
he didn't have any pants.
Yeah, old boy comes back.
Could you go to a nude beach?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's. Here's the deal: is that I think that the stereotypical nude beaches are just old fat people, right? Yeah. It's just like,
unless you're in
and I'm probably, yeah, but I mean, even there, yeah. I bet it's full of old fat people, and I think I'm probably on. Give me another like 7 years. I'd probably go now if I,
someone invited you.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not gonna go seek it out.
Because there've been a few times I wanted to go swimming at night at my house, and I don't want to get shorts wet at night, so I just walk out there.
Yeah, but that's your house.
Yeah,
rolling around.
But
is it your neighbors though?
Yeah, but I always figured that like I'd have no problem go to a nudist colony or whatever. Like I don't give a shit about my clothes. I think the only problem is I think I'd be so worried about getting a boner.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like
you would get one. You know what I mean?
It would
like when you're in class, like don't get a boner. Don't get a boner. Yeah, like oh shit, it's happening, and then it makes it worse. You know,
you get
like
that half-mast thing.
Yeah. It's like a fire starting. Like oh shit, blow it out.
And then it's
fuck.
Yeah, but then it was like
old lady staring at you, a fucking towel hook on front of you. Hey, Sonny,
can I scratch it? Well, I can't get to our mail.
Huh?
I can't get to our email. That's right.
No, you can read it right there.
Yeah.
I've never been to one. There was a supposed nude beach in Guam on the north end of the island that you could go to, but I don't know. I never went.
It's not. I mean, there were women that would be naked in Hawaii on the beach. Like one time, I was like right when I got to Hawaii, we went to Waimea Bay, and there was a big old, like he must have been like a bouncer or something.
Yeah,
that kind of look. And then he had his old lady with him. Like they could, if they lived here, they'd have been bikers.
Yeah.
But his old lady was like, she had a rocking body, right? And she was probably mid-30s, butt naked or buck naked, however you want to say it, right there laying on the beach next to us. I was like, damn, what the?
Was he mad dogging you, making sure you weren't looking?
He didn't even care. He's laid out like a whale. You know what I mean?
Brada.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep my comments to myself. Yeah, all right. Anyway, so this past weekend, we did the land navigation course with Serenity Bushcraft.
Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon. He put on a 4-hour. It was like 4-hour classroom time.
4-hour classroom time. Yeah.
And then we had 4 hours to complete the land navigation course. And
3. Didn't you have 3 hours? No, you had 4. Right. He gave you 3. He gave you 3 hours. Yeah.
We had 3 waypoints, a start point and an end point, right?
You had 4 waypoints.
That's right.
4 waypoints, a start point and an end point. Yeah.
So we all, had different points, and we're all running around the woods in the same area. But I never saw anybody else except you guys when we passed on that road. But was a really good time. I encourage you, if you're in this area, if you want to take a class like that, to contact him. Serenity Bushcraft. I can't remember what the email address is or whatever, but I think it's just that at Gmail. But you can look him up on Google. It was a fun time.
It was fun.
Mike and Cody cheated.
We didn't cheat. We really didn't need to cheat. Like it was so set up to be. I mean, like for me, like that's, you have to understand. Like I did that nonstop all the time. Dead Reckoning was, you know, I mean, I even said it in the classroom. I was like, that's how we got to anywhere we would go. So it was
so
easy
explain to
for
the
me.
listeners what Dead Reckoning is.
So Dead Reckoning is basically walking on azimuth for a distance. You have a map, and a map is it's fantastic for terrain association. Those maps were not great for terrain association. They were real blurry, right? I mean, and to a fair point that Brandon made was that, you know, Oklahoma is not, there's not a huge, you know, you're not getting huge valleys and huge, you know, peaks and stuff like that. So it's harder to do terrain association. But Dead Reckoning is just making sure you have your pace count down, right? But you know how many every other footsteps in 100 meters, right? And then you just hold your azimuth. You got to get a reading and hold that azimuth and walk on it for that point. And Cody and I did what we did, which was good, is so that we could both, you know, make sure our skills were good, is that one of us would hold the compass, the other one would keep the pace count. That's kind of how we did it as well in the military. But you'd have the compass guy walking on heading, and he could veer, you know, like the guy with the compass can veer. As long as he's got his point, he knows where he needs to go, he can veer off and get to that point, and then the other guy can, if he needs to skirt next to it, so that he can keep his pace count, so he doesn't have to do those contours and all that stuff. As long as you get real close, you know, you get your, you know, I think there was only 1 or 2 times where we were a good distance away from where we thought we needed to be.
So our first point, like we tried to find it. I don't know how. It sucked because as soon as I heard you guys check into your first point, I got like the fucking boner nervousness, like oh shit, like Mike's gonna fucking beat us. Immediately, like fuck this, man. Like, and then Shane even said the same thing. He's like, man, I want to be out here 4:30 looking for the first point. And I was like, we gotta find out. I was like, and so I tried to redirect, like they taught us how to triangulate our position on a map, and so I found that water tower. That was a good one, right? Like it was right across from us. And then I tried to find another point, but like you're saying, it's kind of hard out there. There's nothing.
Not a lot of terrain association.
The road going up a hill, so I was like, that's got to be the the top of that hill. So I kind of triangulated that, and it put us like directly east of where we started. And Shane's like, there ain't no way we're over here that far, you know. I was like, dude, this point is by the road. I was like, the road's like 300 yards that way. This thing's measuring at like 300, meters, or if we're using Euro trash talk here, 300 meters from, or 100 meters from the road. I was like, we got to walk towards the road. So we just like walk down the hill, and we're out there just like looking for,
something.
Like, like hit the creek turns. We finally found it, and then after we found the first one, it was like, the rest of them. But that first one kicked my ass, and I was like, I'm a fucking idiot, But after that, we were super cautious, and like, all right, walk up here, and I'd sit there and hold the azimuth on him, and like go left. But it's funny is every time he'd take off walking, he'd start going to the right, and I'd call him on the radio like, go left, and he'd like go back over, and then start walking and start veering off to the right again. Like every time, it was crazy. And I assume that's what we did in the first one, even though we shot a azimuth and took off of it, which right from the starting point and went right into a tree is what, like 5 feet in front of us.
So that can be, like, I noticed that can cause issue if you don't know what to do with that. Ideally, the best thing to do is to have a point in the distance, far in the distance. You're not going to get that out there, right? And so,
well, see, that's the thing too. Is like from a starting point, I think it was 270,
260, 270, something.
Yeah, something like that. And then, 5 feet in front of us, it was pointing a cedar tree,
right?
and it was a fence, and then it was a hill that dropped straight off. So it was like nothing to look at. Like you could have walked 5 feet and then shot it again, which is what we probably should have done. But I tried to visualize that line going straight through past and then walking down the hill and getting back on that line, which that didn't work.
Yeah. So what we would do, so ours was similar, except we ran into a cliff face, right? So what I did, what I've always learned was that if you're going to do that, you stop, have one guy right there, stay on that point, and you pick the point, like whatever it is, on that cliff face, right? And then the other guy climbs up there, gets in line, and then he just stands there. And then your guy with the compass climbs up, gets up, and then you start. The problem is I think one of the biggest things is that more people, or a lot of people, get concerned about the distance more so than the azimuth, and the distance is much easier to judge than degrees, in my opinion. Like I can be like, okay, I know that I've gone at this point, and I can feel, I feel like, okay, I'm around there, I'm around that spot, and then if I'm guaranteed to be short for the most part.
It sucked because I was doing a lot of this fucking compass isn't right, and this isn't right. There's no way, this map's not right. I know where I'm at, not the fucking compass in this map. You know what I mean? So, but I've done that before. With a GPS or whatever. Like, this fucking GPS is fucked up. Whatever. Like I've walked more than a mile, and then sure enough, like no, I hadn't. But I don't know, it was a good class.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. My wife wants to go do it. I think it's a good thing to know how to do at least.
If I were to offer any critique to that class, I think what I would have done is I would have
provided a lunch.
Nah, I would have done this before just dropping people out there. I would have had like a simpler,
like in a parking
like
lot?
a 3-point. Well, yeah, in that parking lot, and then just have like 3 points out there, maybe 200 meters that direction. From there, still where you could get confused a little bit, but not that far. And then so that you'd have confidence in your compass, because the other guys, I felt like, they didn't have that. It's like, okay, here you go. We did this in the classroom. Get out here and do this right here. Yeah. Instead of giving them that good understanding of what they're. Yeah, I mean, really and truly, like that's what it is. Like if you give them that confidence in the compass and confidence in their pace count, right? Then there's not a lot of that questioning going on. You know what I mean?
My pace count, that's the word. That's the hardest thing for me because I'm constantly playing music in my head, and I was like trying to count, and I was singing a song at the same time, and I was like, "Was that 65 paces?" And I was like, "Oh, it's 65 meters," and I was like, "No, I did 65 paces and 100 meters, so it's 100 meters, not 65." And then, and then Shane would be like,
"Hey, man,
what's your count?" And 210. He's like, "All right, that's about what I got." Like, all right, good.
You guys are both doing the same shit.
Yeah. What's cool, and I never thought about using is Brandon said, to use a rangefinder for estimating, and man, that'd be because if you're shooting, especially if you're in the woods, like, all right, as long as you can remember which tree you're at, like, it's 150 meters from right where I'm at exactly per a laser. You know what I mean? Then you just have to make sure, I guess, when you're plotting your points that they're absolutely correct. But
yeah, I mean I think the plotting of them went well. I mean that's probably the first thing. I like the idea. I mean that's finding the points, but I would have liked the idea of just handing that card to somebody. Don't give them the map. Just hand the card to them and say here with the azimuth and the distance on it, and then say, there you go. You don't have a map,
I know we've been talking about doing it for years, but I think we need to set up our own and do that.
I think it'd be fun.
And then do a night one.
Do a night one.
People will be out there walking around. Lost as shit. What?
Yeah. I lost the sound.
No.
Nightland Nav's fun. It's hard, though. It's harder, but that's how it always works.
Yeah. Everything's harder at night. Even me.
Yeah. What? Can you hear me still?
I can. Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. I'm not going to mess with my... There we go. Anyways. Yeah, it was a good time. But that would be the only thing that I would say.
So make sure and what?
Give them a little bit of a confidence course prior to dropping them out there, right? Maybe less. I mean, he touched on a lot of things like I'm not trying to tell him to teach a class, but he touched on a lot of things like the primitive land nav. Like that shit. I mean, you're not gonna find boxes by primitive land nav, but you can find parking lots maybe or something. But yeah,
I think a lot of that's geared towards, like you're saying, like, hey, I'm fucking in the woods, crashed a plane or whatever. I know the town or whatever is east of here. I gotta go east. Like, which way is east?
Yeah.
And the sun rises in the east. Like, and what if it's winter?
Yeah.
Or what if you can't see you're in a valley, you can't see that. But I've been calling the North Star. I've been looking at the star that I thought was the North Star, at least, wrong the complete fucking time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think, anyway. I'm going to have to look again next time I look.
It's, what's the name of the, not Cassiopeia. Is that the name of that it's?
Yeah.
That's part of, right?
Yeah.
Dude, you don't want to get me out there fucking with stars. Like,
yeah, me neither.
I'll be
yeah. I got there. That's Virgo. What's that mean? Nothing. It's a scorpion or something. I think. Which way is that? I don't know. We gotta find the Southern Cross. I don't know where that is.
Only one I know for sure when I see it is Orion.
Yeah.
But does he help you do anything?
Down. No.
He don't help. He don't help shit.
No, it's just the easiest to spot.
There he is. I got you.
If I can see Pegasus, I can spot the Andromeda galaxy.
Fuck, you're way better than
That's cool to look at. Have you never seen that?
No.
It's another galaxy you can see with a telescope.
Yeah.
But I think it's the only one you can spot with the regular telescope, but it's pretty cool.
That's where aliens are from, right?
Probably. The Andromeda strain.
That's right.
What movie is that?
I don't know. Isn't there a band called that? I think so.
I don't know. Andromeda strain? I thought it was a movie.
There is a movie, too. Can you do that? Can you name your band after a movie? Or movies, can they be named after bands?
No. Andromeda strain. What is that about?
That's it.
When the capsule of the Scoop mission returns to Earth and lands in the small town of Piedmont, it brings an unearthly organism with it, except a crying baby and an old man with an ulcer. The entire population dies from clotted blood.
Damn, that would suck.
Yeah.
You ever see that movie, The China Syndrome?
Huh.
Yeah, it sucks too. I don't remember.
China Syndrome?
Yeah.
What is that? Everything just falls apart?
You have to pay higher tax on it now.
Everything's just junk.
Everything comes there and it's cost the shit out of us now.
My body's falling apart. Yeah, you get the China
Syndrome.
Who built these fucking joints out of plastic? It's the cheapest metal I've seen in my fucking life.
What do you expect? It's free fucking labor.
My hands are a direct copy of yours. It's got a different cover on them.
I've got two fucking right thumbs.
Speaking of that, your radio that you took out there that you've never used until that weekend.
Yeah, what happened?
You got to use your equipment to know how it works. I don't know how to use your radio.
But why didn't it work?
Because it's Chinese.
It worked fine until you stole my batteries.
Put batteries on it. But
so I think that other battery underpowered mine.
Guy at work made the mistake of talking to me about radios.
Oh,
yeah, and so we started.
Was he doing backstepping, trying to get out of your office?
Like, oh, fuck. Okay, I didn't realize we were gonna be in a huge conversation. So he's like, "Yeah, I want to get a radio for my ATV, one of those razors."
Yeah, they call those side by sides. Isn't that the fancy name for them?
I don't know. I just razor.
That's what that dude at the gym was calling.
Like $20,000.
Yeah.
You buy a fucking car for that.
Yeah.
And that's the cheap. I mean,
really?
Yeah. Anyway, I mean they're cool. I'd get one if I had $20,000 to drop on something. I mean, if I was gonna buy a 4-wheeler or I'd rather have that.
I know, but a 4-wheeler is like $2,000, and you get $20,000.
Anyway, he's like, yeah. So I'm looking at this. I can't remember the name of it.
Can you drive those on the street?
I think I've seen some with like license plates and lights and everything on them. He said that one he had would go up to 80 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy driving that thing 80 miles an hour. It'd be my hell to be in the passenger seat and someone would light that thing up to 80 miles an hour. I'd be like, I'd punch someone in the face driving. Anyway, he was like, yeah, I want to get a radio. And he's like, I'm looking at this. So there's this website. We go to this website, and these radios are like $600, and they're, God, I can't remember what they're called, but they're like blue and white. And I was looking, I was like, that's a fucking Bofang with different names strapped to the front of it.
And they're charging $600?
I had a handheld like you got, $38 handheld, and it was like $240 or something.
Really?
Yeah, and then it had base stations that were like the same thing, and it had God, what's the name? Anyway, it says they come factory or programmed with off-road frequencies on them. And I was looking around on there, and all it is a Bofang
off-road frequencies.
Yeah, with a different color case on it and a different name strapped to it, and then it's this program to run on like a GMR. So it's like a fucking one of those $20 radios you get from Academy, the GMRS, FRS radios, and
they charge $600.
Yeah, killing on the fucking things. And FAQ it says these are not Bofangs, they're different. I mean, it's an exact copy of.
Really?
Yeah. I'm gonna text him and ask him what that was because I'm gonna show you. I'll bring it up on the screen. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't know what point I'm telling that story was, but
you like to talk about radios.
Get to talk about radios this time.
They introduced my radio segment.
But yeah, your radio.
Where is it?
It's in my fucking car somewhere in my house.
It's not my. It's not. I wondered where it went. I know. I need a better one. This one don't work.
Gotta practice. I can't. If Russia invades this country after we go to war with Syria and we're trying to talk on walkie-talkies, and you're gonna be like, Nick,
I need
my radio's not working.
How come it doesn't? What frequency?
Hey!
I'm texting you.
Flashlights going off and talking to you in Chinese. While you're trying to, like, sneak up on someone's car. Shang Pao Shang, Shang Pao Shang. Fucking flashlight going. Strobing off. All right.
Can't hear a fucking thing except.
Cody will be telling, just reset it. Just reset it.
Mm-hmm.
Shang Shao, Shang Shay.
Yeah.
All right. So for Fox News today, I was looking through to get some stuff to talk about, and there's Fox News. Khloe Kardashian gives birth to a baby girl amid Tristan Thompson cheating scandal, reports say. I just cannot
Tristan
see.
Thompson is. Is that
Khloe Kardashian's the big
Kardashian.
Kardashian.
That's the Sasquatch. We've already said that we've documented that she's transformed.
She's passed through it. So something I've noticed is I think like Kim Kardashian herself is like leaving the orbit of being attractive and entering another dimension of some sorts. Because now I think the one I like the most now is the oldest one.
Well, I like this one.
You do?
I like the big one.
She's growing a jaw like that dude off of Tango and Cash.
Tango and Cash. Is she?
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, I mean, her dad is O.J. Simpson, so she's going to be a big boned.
Is O.J. Simpson still alive? Yeah, he's still alive.
What happened?
I don't know.
How come you don't got a picture of her butt?
It's completely ridiculous to me that this is fucking national news.
Yeah, that is pretty bad, right?
You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like, I mean, I know you don't have to read it. You could just, like, oh, it's not important.
Yeah.
But to me, that a news website believes that, hey, well, I know they don't believe. They just know it'll get clicks. People are going to.
So this is a question then. Like, it's no different than Brad and Angelina, right?
Yeah. Did they just get divorced? They've been divorced a long time.
Well,
right?
what I'm saying is, like, I don't. That's the only kind of celebrity thing that I would know, right? Like, but it's no different,
just
right?
Got separated from someone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like
well,
real time.
But I mean, it's no different. But is there levels of trashiness that go along with this? Like in your head, do you assign a different level of trashiness to people that follow that as opposed to people that follow like, oh, like Brad and.
No, I think it's all just
okay, all right.
nonsense.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Like,
so we can.
Who cares if someone
agree?
Someone that is in a movie is married to someone else that's in the movie. I just feel like those fucking people act like they're in their little fairyland, because like you remember that show on MTV with Ashton Kutcher on it, Punked, yeah. He'd like punk other celebrities, and then like when they see it, they're like, "Oh, Ashton," like, but they don't know each other. But since they're both famous, like they're friends.
Yeah, hey, we're friends. We're famous. So we're famous friends.
Like, hey, Bill Paxton's dead. I don't know.
John
Bill O'Reilly's marrying, Anderson Cooper. Like, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
It's gonna be a star-studded gay wedding.
To get on the invite list, you have to be one of these people. Like, am I invited? No, you're not. Okay, then why do I care who's showing up?
Yeah.
They wouldn't want me at their wedding. I'd be drunk as shit. Anderson Cooper and Bill O'Reilly, and I'd just be falling around all night saying, "We're gonna do it live. Say it, man. Say it again. Say it. We're gonna have this one play us out."
Is Bill O'Reilly gay now?
Probably.
Yeah.
He's annoying as shit anyway.
I figure.
Fucking running his mouth like that, flipping out.
Is he still got
hard copy or whatever it was?
Current Affair, or was it hard copy?
Entertainment.
No, he was the guy that he was.
What was that movie? That show he's flipping out.
The Triangle, right?
I thought it was hard copy.
It might have been hard copy. Bill O'Reilly was he. Let's see.
Entertainment Inside Edition.
Inside Edition. It's all the same shit.
Yes. I just can't imagine being on the other end of this.
And that is it for us today. I don't know whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
Just over there. Hold it to that.
Okay, but
Where is it?
Yeah, I can't read it. There's no words on it. Okay. There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do. It's a video. Sting video.
What is?
For credits.
I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
I like how he completely switches off.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
What an asshole.
Damn. I like watching him freak out afterwards. He just wants to.
So you know why he says something like that? Because he knows no one's gonna do anything to him because he's the star of Inside Edition.
Yeah.
Right? So no fucking like grip boy or best boy.
He wasn't just a star. I think that was his show.
Lighting guy's gonna like go up there and like punch him right in the face. Like
that'd be funny.
Yeah. Let me cut you down a few notches here, Billy. Like fucking relax, all right? Not my fault you can't read a fucking teleprompter.
It's funny that you're saying that because I was thinking this yesterday. I was in the.
Oh God.
Was that a fart? No, I was in the break room, at my office, and they have a big TV, and it's always on a news network, right? And I've been sending you guys texts of Mark Zuckerberg looking like Data from Star Trek and shit, right? Well, I was watching the whole thing. I was just like fascinated by it, and I wanted to see. I mean, he's not going to do it, but it would have just been fucking hilarious when the congressmen, all those senators and all that stuff are grilling him about stupid shit, right? Like asking the stupidest questions you've ever fucking heard. And he just, I wanted him to be like, you know what? Fuck you guys and fuck y'all.
Yeah.
This is my company. Whatever, just flip out. That would have been great to see. But no, he was.
Instead,
he kept his Android.
King, right? I mean,
yeah.
Well, it's because they're.
Well, I think he's in on it.
It's all the same. Like, hey, pretend like you're upset, but we like the information you're feeding us anyway. And everyone's like, right now, you guys are crazy. He said that when we said that Facebook was monitoring or gaining intelligence on you from
way back when.
Yeah.
And people said we were nuts.
Yeah. Like,
we need to have papers stacked in front of us so we sound legit.
Got the papers right here.
Got the documents. Just saying.
Did you see that video today? That Alex Jones video I sent earlier today? Where he's like telling someone to fuck off over and over.
Was he really?
Hey, you didn't get that? You don't click on any links I send in the text.
That's because they take my data.
You need a new plan.
I got a good plan now. I got 16 gigs.
Here we're talking about data plans as on this pod or on this text group.
Are we?
Yeah, well, at least.
Oh, earlier. And I said I want out of that group text because it's killing my data.
Oh God, I got to sneeze. Talk about something. I got really bad allergies, but anyway, all right. So let's go to the hot zone.
All right.
There it is.
Listen, you son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
You want to sit here and say that I'm a goddamn fucking Russian? You get in my face with that, I'll beat your goddamn ass, you son of a bitch. You piece of shit. You fucking goddamn fucker. Listen, fuckhead, you have fucking crossed the line. Get that through your goddamn fucking head. Stop pushing your shit. You're the people that have fucked this country over and gang raped the shit out of it and lost an election. So stop shooting your mouth off claiming I'm the enemy. You got that, you goddamn son of a bitch? Fill your hand. I'm sorry, but I'm done. You start calling me a foreign agent, those are fucking fighting words. Excuse me.
We need to talk like Alex Jones on this podcast.
I don't know how, though.
Get a scrub. I can't get all into it. Like, even stuff that really...
Ah!
Yeah, that really is interesting to me. So I was watching a couple...
I can't believe... I can't do it. I can't do it.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe Tristan Thompson's cheating. That's not... Can you do the voice? That sounds like Murph.
Yeah. Use. Hey, guys. How's yous doing? No, I don't know how to do Alex Jones. He's just so fucking red. I don't know if he's just amped up on cocaine before the show or what.
We could...
You want me to give it to you? You want me to give it to you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that one where he's with Joe Rogan, fucking high as shit.
yeah.
Space aliens are in the U.S. government. I can't remember what he said. But,
the vampires, blood-sucking vampires from another universe.
yeah. Anyway, I can't bring the level of energy that Alex Jones brings. But I was watching a couple of YouTube. And this may be why our YouTube views are like 20 and 30.
Why? What are we doing wrong? Because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Because we're boring as shit. But so I was watching this dude.
What do we need? All right, let's
This
just
dude
step
that
this up.
he like just invents shit or makes shit. Like had a jet bike and a bike with 100,000 rockets on it, and makes a thermite blaster.
What?
But he's out of control the whole time. And then I watched the dude. Have you ever seen the Dude Perfect?
Yeah.
Those guys are like, I couldn't hang out with them.
They're.
Like,
You know what they remind me of?
What?
Do you want me to tell you what they remind me of? Like youth group Christian leaders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the kids like, hey guys, all right.
yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
They do the stupid stuff with their hands and then they run off.
So I was watching it.
But
It's like,
they do some pretty cool things.
yeah, they do cool. I like the channel. I mean, I like the stuff they do. It was fun. But like, seriously, if I was hanging out with them, like, you guys are gonna chill out, man.
Settle the
I'm gonna
fuck
leave.
down.
Yeah. Like, all right, you fucking threw a boomerang into a
A
basketball
gong
goal
at
from 100 yards
a
away.
mile away.
That's really cool. I mean, it really is. But like, come on, you don't even dance around. Like, pump your fists and jump.
Let's
up and down.
go.
Yeah. This one's called "Dick in My Ear." Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Put that dick right in his ear.
So let me show you guys how to do a YouTube channel. You just talk in a monotone voice. Basically just talk for a fucking hour and a half. That's it. 20 views. 5.4 million or whatever they have.
I don't even know if our YouTube channel's working right now.
No, well, I don't like the YouTube channel anymore.
Right,
I feel like it pulls away from our
base.
Yeah, our base listeners.
Yeah.
Iran and Syria and everywhere else we got overseas.
I haven't looked at that in a long time.
Dude, last time I checked it out, like our downloads are going up, and there's fucking countries that I don't even think they had computers downloading the show.
They listen to it on their flip phones.
Yeah, I mean something's weird. Like I don't know. I'd like to talk to someone at Libsyn and say, hey, you know, I see the country.
What's going on here? Are you guys bouncing these signals around the world?
Yeah, like I see that someone in I'm trying not to
Ghana,
upset anybody. Yeah, like Papua New Guinea's fucking downloading the show. You know, living in tree houses there, walking around with gourds on their dick, right?
they got a fucking cell phone.
Yeah.
They can have a hell of a good data plan.
Fucking smoking, Yeah, is that the one where they smoke?
Dog shit, or
I can't remember.
that weird.
Doing that hand over the. Looks like they got doing turkey calls, smoking whatever it is they smoke. Like, listen to this fucking podcast from America. Two guys talking about shit that doesn't even matter. But I'm in Papua New Guinea downloading it.
They're bots.
Yeah, I
It's
feel
bots.
like it's just people that make, like, look, man, this podcast, it's all right. So let's make them feel good. Just put a couple downloads on these random countries.
Yeah,
Some guy
Libsyn. It's his job.
keep them around.
We got to keep the
Otherwise, they're gonna take off.
That's a pretty good point.
No.
You know,
Speaking of
the
other
fine print. We've never read the fine print. They'll be like, look,
your downloads may not be real. We may just,
we
may
might
just
just
add
be adding
so
them
that you continue to pay us monthly.
because we
posting
know why
charges.
you're doing this.
Yeah.
You want to be famous and bang Khloe Kardashian and then cheat on her.
Rich. You know, can you imagine if you were invited to the Kardashians' house as like?
I fucking be terrified of that shit. You're gonna get transformed into something.
Well, I feel like I'd walk in there like, hey Kim, let me see your butt. You know, like would you talk to him like you know him? Like I've seen your show. I've basically been
I
living.
know. I wouldn't say shit to him.
Like
I'd be
what's
the guy
mom's
that's like,
name? Bruce.
yeah,
Like, hey Bruce,
Bruce.
you're not one of the girls. You're old. Quit fucking acting young.
I haven't
not
seen that show in a
Bruce.
long time. Bruce. Yeah.
The mom, not the new mom.
Oh, Chris.
Chris, yeah. She got the fucking I want to talk to the manager haircut. You know what I mean? This salad is cold. Well, bitch, it's a fucking salad. I need to talk to the manager. I could tell from your haircut. I'll get him.
I am the manager. I saw you when you came in.
This salad is cold. Well, you ruined men's lives.
Yeah, you've transformed them and murdered them. Murdered the first one, got the other one tricked him into cutting his old lady's head off, and then
I still think that Kim Kardashian porno is like the worst porno in the world.
but was it meant to be a porno?
She's like got a bra on and it's a bunch of that dude licking his lips, his own lips,
I haven't seen it, but
grainy as shit, like 240p. It's bad.
yeah.
Yeah, like if that's what because that's what started it all, right?
Well, that's what made her famous.
Yeah, and then I mean, because she became famous.
Yeah, the rest of the
'cause no one-
family become
No
famous.
one gave a shit about Kris Kardashian prior to that, right?
No, but they were rich, right? Or fairly rich because their dad was a
Janet
lawyer.
Reno.
Well, yeah.
Her
The-
dad was Janet Reno and
Yeah,
was the lawyer for
O.J.
O.J.
Simpson.
Simpson,
Yeah,
also known as Nordberg.
Nordberg, Naked Gun.
You know what cracks me up is when I say shit like that, people are like, "That's not Janet Reno." Like,
Yeah,
no fucking shit, man.
we know it's not
Fucking
Janet Reno.
joke. Like it's cute. It's cute to act dumb. Unless you're like my kids, then I don't act dumb. Anyway, so like talking about other countries. So Donald Trump tweeted, was it yesterday or today? I can't remember. Tweet so much about talking about how we're gonna fucking light up Syria because they supposedly poison gassed
kids,
their own people. So we're gonna retaliate.
But didn't they do that last year too?
Yeah, in April, same month. And then Donald Trump done a tweet today and said, "I never said."
You said that like you're like monk or some kind of idiot savant. Yeah, April, same month. It was like you have these timelines going through your head.
I was thinking about how hungry I am.
I'm hungry too.
But anyway, we're gonna bomb Syria or retaliate for this chemical weapon usage in Syria. Syria's civil war. Talked about it numerous times on this podcast about Assad and how Russia is fighting ISIS in Syria, and ISIS is fighting Assad in Syria. So we are backing ISIS in Syria, but
not anywhere else.
North of there, if you cross an imaginary line, then they're the enemy. Or wherever else. If they come to America, they're the enemy. But they're our friends, right? So I sent a link that you didn't watch in the text group. It was from that Tucker Carlson on Fox
I watched
News.
it.
Did you?
Well, I watched the very first part of it, and then I got a phone call.
So I couldn't believe that was on Fox News because it was talking about like, hey, why would Assad, if he's winning the war, why would he go and fucking gas his own people when he knows that would bring in other countries into a conflict? If he's already winning, why would he do that? And he's like, both sides have chemical weapons. Like, what's stopping the other side from, setting them off and saying, hey, it was Assad? But I was talking to a couple people out today, and like my whole thing and my thing's been about this ever since we talked about Syria, for years, right? Like, Syria's having a civil war.
Let them have their fucking civil war.
Syria needs to finish their civil war. Was Syria over here in our civil war helping the fucking Confederate army?
Yeah.
Like, no. They didn't have any take in it. Who gives a shit? Like, if it truly happened, like, that's horrible, right? But
sad. Let them live like fucking savages if that's
you
what they're gonna
guys
do.
need to handle that because, like in that video, like, okay, say you remove Assad, who's taking the place? The ISIS guys?
Whatever puppet
that's
put in
what you
place.
want? I guess Assad right now, I heard too, is like protecting the Christians in his in his country, and he said as soon as he's removed, those Christians are just going to get slaughtered.
The caliphate will grow.
Yeah, and then you got a Muslim, Islamic jihadist that is going to take his place. That's what you want? Like, how about we just don't fuck with that and leave it alone? Like, as soon as someone chlorine gases
Georgia,
like Briscoe or something, like then you can launch missiles at Syria if that's who did it,
Yeah.
But to me, man, I just don't understand. And there's people like, oh, we got to do it. Like, yes, it's a horrible thing. If that truly happened, it's horrible. But why the fuck is it always up to us? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Let France go do it. Like,
I agree.
Or Sweden, or fucking Norway, or Finland, or fucking
if they want
Papua New Guinea. They got phones.
Yeah.
And listen to the fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Get over there and fucking launch some bombs on.
Take care of this.
We don't have to be in a conflict. You know?
Actually,
and I'm not a fucking pacifist by any means.
it's not about pacifism. It's about fucking smart, political, long-term.
Well, and the other thing too is like Russia's even saying like that's not truly what happened, right? And it feels pretty bad to me when I'm like, is Russia the only logical country in the world right now? Because they're the ones saying like that didn't happen. Let's be smart about this. Don't jump to conclusions. That's not what happened. This is propaganda. Like,
So in my opinion,
Russia's
I think Russia has the old the way that the world had our back a long time ago, right? Like they used to be, Russia gets the benefit of the doubt now, so they're playing that card up. You know what I mean? Like I think that they get it. They play that card up. Well, I mean, I think they're like, look, fuck, they got skin in the game, dude. They're no different. They just got skin in the game, and they look. Hey, guys, don't play it like that. We don't need to have it. They got skin in the game. They want that fucking oil that's in that area too, the same as everybody else. I mean, otherwise, why would there be a proxy war there, right? I'm just saying that they're able to play that. They're able to play that card like and make you think, well, they're the logical one too. They're all anybody that's down there fucking around, right? Anybody that's over there with shit on the ground and airplanes and shit, they're being dumb. It's just like we're being dumb, other people being dumb. Why fuck we, like you said, let them sort it out. That's Syria. That's not Russia. That's not France. That's not the United States. That's Syria. Syria wants to fuck with it. Let Syria fuck with it. Get the fuck out. At least let us get out. If Russia wants to stay there and fuck around, let them stay there and fuck around, right? Like that's how they. But that ain't ever gonna work. We ain't gonna do that. We got. So it's like that. Remember that guy we had on the podcast, George Webb? Was that his name? And he just laid it all out. He just laid it all out, and he's like, it's all about those rat lines. It's all about all the spoils of war that they're pulling out of there, and it's never meant to end. It's never meant to end. War was never meant to be won, like we see it. The wars are all the wars that we've fought since World War II have never meant to be won. They've been meant to be continuous. Well, who said that? Was it Orwell?
I don't know. I tickled the top of my mouth and I can't quit scratching. So.
George Orwell said that, right? He said the war was never meant to be won. It's always meant to continue. And he's fucking right. You just go through history and just think about that. Like, look, right after World War II, Korea, Vietnam. After Vietnam, you had Laos and Cambodia, right? And then after that, you had who the fuck was it with Carter? I don't remember.
Bay of Pigs?
No, that was Kennedy. But you had Panama with fucking Reagan, Panama, and what else? And then you had with Bush Senior, you had a shit ton of them: Somalia, Iraq, and then Clinton, you had Kosovo and Bosnia, and then Bush Jr., you had Iraq, Afghanistan.
The thing is, though, think about that. Like,
and it's not stopped.
Well, so, we went to Afghanistan, removed this guy. We went to Iraq and moved this guy. Like, are they? Do you feel like you can visit Iraq right now?
Fuck no. Oh,
what are we getting out of
I don't want to go anywhere in that part of the world.
What agreement or what are we gaining by getting involved in these conflicts?
The money. We must be pulling some shit from that area, right? It has to be, but doesn't mean that you're getting it. It's not you. We're not benefiting. It's the fucking banks that fund the shit, right? Whoever. I mean, the template was laid out way back when, World War I, right? It was laid out perfectly. You fund this, we fund this, and we suck all the resources from that nation, and the rich get richer in that sense. Like, the wealthier get wealthier. You don't see it. You're not going to see it. I'm not going to see it. We're not going to see it. But if we want to go with the popular term of Alex Jones's controlling elite, they fucking see it. It's like that. Remember the whole thing about Rumsfeld before 9/11, the day before 9/11? They're like, hey, where's that $2 trillion? What? What $2 trillion? Or whatever, however much it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we lost that money. The fuck did you lose that money? How much was it? Do you remember that? Wasn't it $2 trillion?
Yeah, unaccounted for.
2 trillion. That's a crazy amount of money.
Yeah, but it's fucking, at this point, it's just a number.
It is a number. But those people have the numbers and we don't have them.
Solid 2 trillion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just moved.
When we talk about all these people gaining more money, like, yeah, but you're gaining more of something that's.
Yeah, but that something is assigned to physical stuff that, like that they can purchase. You know what I mean? They could be like, oh, well, fuck, we can buy the Louisiana Purchase. We can own all of this state. We can buy this island. We can do this. We can build a fucking base in the underground Denver airport, that nobody knows about because we have all these digital numbers. It's one of those things. If it's accepted by the masses, then it's accepted. And we just
not accepted. It's people don't fucking
forced
pay any attention to it because they're fat and happy.
And we get a lot of cheap shit from China.
Watching sports.
Dude,
That's a thing. What are you gonna? What's gonna be like the regular dude in Oklahoma's rebuttal for like Syria? Because be like, why do we need to go to Syria? Well, you want that coming over here? Because that's like the thing before.
is that
Well, I don't know. Like, well,
yeah, that is the thing. There's that old guy at the gym.
Assad looks like he doesn't belong as president of Syria.
Well, he was educated like in the UK, I believe.
He looks like he should be on a British sitcom.
Well, I think he's.
He is.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not on a British sitcom, but
It's one of those shows
probably on a
you watch
British
as
like
American. Like, this is not funny.
Downton Abbey. Yeah, he's on Masterpiece Theater on PBS. You're like, the fuck is this? This comes on. You remember the Masterpiece Theater?
Well, don't be a little bloggy.
Little bloggy.
A what? The fuck is a bloggy? Everyone in the crowd's cracking up. Like, I don't understand. Like even some of those Monty Python movies, like parts of it are funny, but I remember watching it,
being like
cracking up. I'm like, this is not fucking funny to me.
There are parts that are funny, but
Yeah.
then there's other parts you're like, holy shit, this is it's missed on me. They're like,
I'm sure they do the same thing to us. Like, what is Spaceballs?
yeah.
I guess they're French now, but like Spaceballs is probably one of the funniest movies in my head. Like, how can you?
They
not
probably
laugh at
is.
this?
I don't know. I think Americans are funnier than British people. Americans are probably the funniest people on the planet.
Yeah, more than likely, we're the best people on the planet.
I'm just saying, like,
Computer's locked up.
I don't know.
Funniest people? Yeah, I do believe that there's more funny people than
Canadians are pretty funny, and they pose as Americans.
You know who I do not like? I think you said you like him too. Is that Tariq Aziz guy? Is that his name? Aziz.
The Aziz Ansari.
Yeah, not Tariq. It's Tariq.
He's, I don't know. He's all right. His series. I watched his series.
I saw someone at
and
work.
I was like,
So I showed someone at work one of those Bill Burr.
Aziz Ansari, the littler guy, right?
Yeah, the Indian dude.
Yeah, yeah, but he's acts. So what I liked him in was well, I guess I did like his first series, but I didn't like his second series.
The thing I saw was stand up. So
I don't think I've ever seen a stand up.
It was fucking bad. I showed someone a Bill Burr video where he's talking about making fun of the military and first responders. It was good, right?
Bill Burr's good.
It's funny.
Very funny.
And the guy's sitting there, and it's like showing my wife a video. He's just like sitting there like, huh. And I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, have you ever heard of Aziz Ansari? And I'm like, yeah. So he shows me a video about this guy talking about getting dick pics on phone. And he's just dying laughing. And it was actually angering me.
So it was the reverse role.
Yeah, it was not. I mean, I wasn't getting mad at him, but the guy on the video was making me. I was like, "You're fucking dumb as shit, man. This is the stupidest joke I've ever heard." Because he kept repeating the same thing. He's like, "If you were a snowflake," or because she said she didn't want to see a dick pic from him. I was like, "That's cold. If you were a snowman, you'd be a huge snowman because you so cold." He kept saying shit like that, and I was like, "Fuck off, man! Stupid ass motherfucker! Like, shut up. That's stupid. Stop saying that." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's making me mad thinking about it. Like, how can you not fucking laugh at Bill Burr? He's talking about the dude on the aircraft carrier pointing the plane. The war is that away.
Yeah.
Maybe not a hero, but the guy flying the plane is.
It's, I think now that I think about it, the comedians are. Have you ever seen that guy Louis C.K.?
Is that fat Mexican?
No, he's a
With the
fat
squeaky
redheaded
voice?
guy. No.
Oh, the redheaded guy.
Yeah. Like, everybody's like, that guy's the greatest comedian ever. And when I watch it, I'm like, yeah, meh. He's funny.
The one I cannot stand that everyone liked was Jeff Foxworthy. God. And that other.
You might be a redneck if.
Yeah, that guy and the other one, the Larry the Cable guy.
Yeah, I agree. I concur.
And I don't know if it's just because those are people cut from this fucking section of the planet or what, but.
I think it's because they just play up that character.
Yeah, it's too much.
Like, you're playing a character like, fuck, be you. Don't be, but I guess it works. Like a Carrot Top or some shit. That shit worked. It was,
Carrot Top's a freak show now.
but I mean, you know what I'm saying? It worked for its time. Have you seen any? Did you ever like Dave Chappelle? Old Dave Chappelle?
I never watched that.
Oh, dude, the old stuff was great, right?
Now he's all about
Yeah,
Kill
he's
Whitey, right?
Yeah, he's just a little bit. Nah, he's not Kill Whitey. He's not definitely not Kill Whitey, but he's. What the fuck was that?
Frog bikini.
Frog bikini. That's interesting.
Yeah.
No, he's not Kill Whitey, but he's getting more political. He's
That's
still
what I don't-
funny though.
So like everyone's all about Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel
Can't
drives
stand those guys, or
Yeah.
the other guy. What's the Jimmy?
Fallon.
Yeah, I can't stand that guy.
Jimmy Kimmel, like when he was on that the Man Show,
Okay,
aggravated me.
he
He
was the
He was the dumb fat
yeah.
guy.
The other guy was better.
Yeah, Norm.
Adam Carolla.
Oh.
Norm. He does look like Norm Macdonald.
Adam Carolla. Yeah. So now.
But he didn't annoy me. That Jimmy Kimmel did not annoy me on there like he does now.
So he got gastric bypass surgery, thins up a bit, gets his own show, and now he's like this talking head for the left side of this country, right? And it drives me insane because he's always choking up and tearing up and like fucking standing up for.
He's like the left wing Glenn Beck.
Yeah, but it's so fake. Like it's so fake.
Uh-huh.
You see him talking about people treating women incorrectly, and then it's got him videos when he's on the Man Show watching chicks jump on.
Yeah,
camera.
juggies.
Yeah, and
Right,
I don't
or
give a
whatever.
shit about it, right? But don't fucking judge someone else.
Uh-huh.
Like you obviously didn't give a shit then, but now since it's popular, it's all of a sudden like this real big,
Yeah.
thing.
That's a good point. I never even thought of that.
Fucking annoying. At least like preface it with like, hey guys, I'm getting paid a lot to act like this, so I really don't care, but I'm gonna put a few tears up and act like it's really important to me. And I don't know. I just feel like when people sit there on a platform like that and tell you their ideas, maybe that's what people think about this. But
No, but
who
like,
the fuck are you to tell me? I don't give a shit what you think.
here's the thing, like this, like it's not like a. Okay, we've both said this. We both have said that we used to buy the lie. Well, you progress. And if you can't say, oh no, I always thought this way. If you say I always thought this way, you probably didn't always think this way. You know what I mean? Because if you did, then that means in my head, in my understanding is that you stopped responding to stimuli, right? You stopped responding to things. You stopped learning, right? Like that's the way I think, and
Yeah,
I'm done, right?
I know what I like, and I like what I know.
And that's it. Now you could be confident in your stance, but if you can't honestly or be honest with yourself and say, look, yeah, I was pretty fucked up on. I used to think like this.
Yeah.
I feel like now I feel more confident because I feel like I've got the data and the understanding and life experience. I mean, isn't that how it works?
Well, not only that, like you can even, you don't have to take it that far. You can change your opinion on something.
Sure, you can.
And make like Jimmy Kimmel wants to protect women all of a sudden.
He's like,
You can be like, look, my past, I was wrong.
Dude,
I did this.
admirable,
I did this.
right?
Yeah, I did this, and I was, all about it. So now, I would still even be leery on criticizing someone else just based on my past, but just to act like, just ignore that. Just ignore all that.
Mhm.
I'm.
You know what that is? All that is public relations BS. It's his handlers telling him,
Well, yeah, it's money. It's all it is money, which makes it even
hey,
more
this
pathetic.
this won't be good for you. This won't be good for you. You need to get behind this somehow. And
Like if someone came to this
deny,
podcast and be like,
deny.
"Look, we're gonna pay you $100,000, but you need to act like you support the war in Syria." Be like, is there anything other than like, do I just have to talk about that, or do I have to act like I care?
Mm-hmm.
That's
a good point. So if somebody does come to
do
you,
we
and
really
say,
need to go to war in Syria?
you know what I do is I create the character then, and I play that character. I sound like Alex Jones or whatever. We gotta fucking get in there and blow them up, and then you can do it, and you just get paid. Probably won't work. They'd be like, you're being different.
Yeah, if we ever change our our tune on stuff, it's because we came into the big bucks, and then you can bitch about it.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll do it till the contract's up. Be like, hey guys, got paid out. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna build my bunker now in the woods and hang out.
Hunker down.
Yeah. So this article I posted said it's from Argentina. Don't cry for me. Says cops fired after blaming missing half-ton of pot on mice. About 13,000 pounds of bud were supposed to be in storage, but a recent police inspection revealed 1,000 pounds were missing.
Wow.
So the police say rodents ate it.
1,000 pounds?
Yeah. All 8 officers were dismissed from their jobs and will testify in front of a judge on May 4th. The judge will then decide if the drugs are missing due to expedience or negligence.
When is it going to be like, what time, at what point in time are people going to be like, we got to stop murdering people for this stuff? You know what I mean?
Pot?
Yeah. Like, we got to stop locking. Oh, Priyanka Chopra. Yeah, no, I know her.
You're related to her now?
Yeah, like my third cousin.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, when does that happen?
I don't know. So this chick was in the new Baywatch, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
She didn't tell me when we were hanging out with
Those
my
were
Indians.
HuffingtonPost.com. Mike's cousin Priyanka Chopra,
Uh-huh.
an Indian, lost a movie role because they, quote, wanted someone who's not brown.
Shit.
Okay, Quantico star Priyanka Chopra has made it big in Hollywood, but the Indian actress revealed that because of her skin color, she hasn't always been welcome in the entertainment industry.
What?
It says, all right, quote, so she's hot, right?
Yeah.
Smoking hot.
Right.
It says, I was out for a movie, and somebody from the studio called one of my agents and said, she's the wrong, what word did they use? Physicality. So in my defense as an actor, I'm like, do they need me to be skinnier? Do I need to get in shape? Do I need to have abs? Like, what does wrong physicality mean? And then my agent broke it down to me, like, I think they meant that they wanted someone who's not brown. Chopra said the incident, quote, affected her. The actress who plays in the Miss World, who also holds the Miss World title from 2000, said the issue of skin color extends to pay. No one will say that a woman is getting paid less because she's a woman of color, but the numbers will mostly end up reflecting that. The enormous pay gap experienced by women of color in Hollywood has plagued the industry for some time. The list of 2017's highest paid actresses include not a single woman of color. Taraji P. Henson revealed in her book Around the Way Girl, a memoir, that she was paid less than 2% of what Brad Pitt made for The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. So,
I don't know who that is.
Taraji P.
Yeah.
Henson? Yeah, neither do I. That's why she got
So
2% of
2%,
Brad Pitt. 'Cause who's Brad Pitt?
Yeah, we talked about we don't ever talk about celebrities hardly like that, and we mentioned his name today like a number of times.
Yeah. Chopra said movie audiences need to support the work of strong women in order to combat the pay gap.
Oh, my cousin. Dude, what's up with her?
I want to see the day where female-led movies get as much as a run as the boys do, which means ticket buying audience need to be open to that. Have you ever not gone to a movie because the lead person is a woman?
Yes.
G.I. Jane? What?
No, I'm not. I mean, I've not watched a movie after I've seen it because of it's terrible. And G.I. Jane was fucking terrible.
People don't go watch females in movies.
I don't go to watch movies.
Because they don't believe that they can be heroes. The world has to change the way they look at their heroes, specifically how men can help in changing the, quote, locker room talk conversation. Nothing will change until we break the stereotypes of gender in our normal day-to-day life.
What's happening to my cousin?
Chopra has acknowledged skin color was once a sensitive subject for her as she struggled with insecurities. Everyone in America wants to get tan, and everyone in Asia wants to get their skin lightened. You've said that before.
Yeah.
I straddle both countries. She straddles. Locker room talk. Girls there are told that they're too dark or dusky and that lighter skin is better. Because I'm a darker tone, I had issues growing up as a teenager. Because of her own experiences, Chopra said that people have a responsibility to show young girls that skin color should not be a hindrance. It's so primitive that people are judged on the basis of the color of their skin. I mean, it's skin. We all have it, she said. So she's hot, so I kind of like...
Dude.
have more of a
That woman, she says she's dark.
Yeah, she's not.
She's not. My wife's way darker.
Thing is so
Right? Yeah, she's
Yeah.
light.
so here's the thing. Like number one, like I've said, I've never gone to a movie. Like one of my new favorite movies is Sicario, right? That's like I got a woman lead in it, right? But if she was black, I wouldn't change my opinion on the movie. Like I wouldn't care if she was this
That's
lady.
the thing, man. I don't think about that shit.
I don't either, and I don't know if that's. But I have yet, and this is gonna sound bad. I've yet to run into anyone I have ever talked to that has said something like that. I mean, my dad will say shit like, "I'm not going to the movies because Robert De Niro's in it, and he's a communist or whatever."
Here's a perfect example. I didn't see that Laura Croft movie because I fucking can't stand Angelina Jolie, and I like okay,
But it's got nothing to do with the fact she's a woman, right?
no,
Like if Billy Bob Thornton was Tomb Raider.
okay,
would
so
you
maybe
watch
let
it?
me. So tiny. That's exactly what it. Maybe because I don't like the character of the Tomb Raider, right? Like I'm like,
I saw
maybe.
it, but the movie was horrible.
Well, I mean, I'm just
Here's what I don't get. Like, all right, let's continue to talk.
so
about
if there
this
was a
Chopra.
Rambo, right? Like if there was a Rambo and it was a woman Rambo, it's fucking not
It's
believable.
not Rambo though.
Right, that's
Like,
right.
make your new movie.
Make a new movie.
like Rambo.
That sounds like somebody that lives out in the country. Oh, I'm gonna watch me some Rambo.
You know what I mean though? Like
Boy, give me
it
some of that
doesn't- you
Rambo.
don't have to replace the male hero that like
I'm trying to be honest with myself. Would I watch
depends on who they. If they had what's this lady's name?
Diokra Papa or Priyanka Chopra?
If they had Chopper on there, and I'd probably watch it. But
Yeah.
here's what I don't
Until she sucks in the movie,
Yeah,
and then you wouldn't
like-
watch the next one that
Yeah,
she's
this-
in. You'd be
yeah,
like,
this
ooh, that's
movie's
fucking
dumb.
terrible.
Yeah, this movie dumb as hell. But like, I want to know what movie she wasn't physicality. Like, was she trying to do a live action rendering of
Avatar.
Frozen?
She's got the right
You know?
color.
Hey, the chick's white. The lead. You know, like, were you trying to play the Queen of England? You know, were you trying to be Melania Trump? Like, people who obviously aren't brown. You know what I mean? It doesn't have anything to do with fucking racism. It just is like, hey, historically speaking, Teddy Roosevelt's wife was white, so we need a white person to play. Well, you don't like it because I'm brown. No.
You imagine how fucking crazy that's gonna be if it gets like that, where it's like it's George Washington.
Yeah, black as hell.
It's from Papua New Guinea. I can't even say it.
George Washington's wife, Angelina, who is a black woman from Uganda. What?
Samuel Jackson is playing George Washington.
Yeah, so I just don't understand. Like, that's not limiting someone based on their skin color. It's limiting someone based on the story you're telling. If you want to have more, where it doesn't matter, like she was in Baywatch, and it's like the character she played, it didn't matter if she was black or white or
She's
yellow
naked.
or whoever. No, she's in nice dresses and stuff though. She's pretty.
You seen that movie?
Yeah.
Is it bad?
No, it's actually funny.
It's funny.
I mean, it's decent for a newer comedy.
Is the Hoffman in it? Or
Yeah, dude, Pamela Anderson shows up in it. So here's where I saw it. So was that the Pecos running gun?
oh, here you go. Did you watch Barbed Wire?
Yes.
See, was a woman, and she was an action star, and you fucking watched it.
I watched. I tried to get my family to watch Wonder Woman. No one wanted to watch it but me.
The new one.
Yeah, and I watched it. Did you watch Wonder Woman as a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I
Did you
was
watch
in love
fucking
with it.
She-Ra?
Yes.
Yes, me too.
Okay, so here's the deal. So all right, I want to do something real quick.
Did you
All right.
watch
So people-
Red Sonja?
Yes.
Yeah, me
Loved
too.
it. So all right.
Did you watch Big Trouble in Little China?
Yes. All right. Here's the deal. So
Jack
people.
Burton, a woman.
So people would be like, because I asked, did you watch Barbed Wire, right? And that movie was terrible, right?
It's fucking real bad. someone gets killed in a high heel in the first scene.
You watched it. Why did you watch it?
Because Pamela Anderson, I wanted to see her naked.
Okay. All right.
Being truthful here.
That's okay. So that's it. So people will be like, oh well, that's the only reason that you watched it. Okay, because of her body, right?
That's what she's known for.
Okay. Did you watch Commando?
Yeah.
Why do you watch Commando? When you were a kid,
cool.
Because Arnold was cool, big, monstrous dude, right?
So strong.
So gay as hell, but you watched it like
hold
that.
You so tight and keep you so safe in his arms.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not
any different, right?
No, it's not different. It's no different. So
I mean, would you have
fuck
watched
off.
He-Man if he was like,
dude, that Masters of the Universe movie was the fucking worst.
Right?
It wasn't even.
Yeah.
Wasn't even the same storyline.
I've been watching He-Man cartoons as a kid. Like, the movie came out. Like, who the fuck are these people in the movie? You know? They didn't have anyone from the cartoon in the movie except He-Man
and then the little thing.
Man-at-Arms. No, the little guy wasn't even in it.
He wasn't in it?
Or what was his name?
Oracle
Cue
or...
Ball?
His name was Or
something.
Orson. No, not Orson. That's from Mork. Mindy.
Yeah, that movie was bad. It's Dolph Lundgren in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it did have Man at Arms, didn't it?
And Tila.
Tila.
Yeah.
Did Man at Arms have a mustache?
Yeah, but he wasn't even. Oh shit!
What's wrong?
Did you know your computer backgrounds on our?
What?
It's just a computer background.
I don't know how to fix that. I don't know how to fix that. I don't have that screen.
Shit, we got a bunch of chatting going on, Sorry, guys. So.
All right, we lost our spot. What were we talking about?
How bad a He-Man movie was.
It was bad.
But would you watch He-Man as a kid, the cartoon, if he was some wimpy?
Fuck no.
Yeah.
Why would you watch it?
Because he was kicking ass. He's
right.
Kicking
If he was wimpy and
cat.
funny, then yeah, it'd be like fucking watching Scooby Doo then, right?
Yeah, with the Shaggy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, but there's a dynamic there.
My whole point is I think this lady's looking for something to complain about based on the fact that she wasn't cast for a white person in a movie. You know? Like, what's the whitest person? Hey, I need you to play Joan of Arc. What's the whitest person ever, woman-wise?
It's pretty fucked up. Didn't Ben Kingsley play Gandhi, though?
Well, that's what people say, like, oh, well, they've got white people playing these.
But they used to, right, yeah, that's the way it used to be. It's not that way anymore. Fucking idiots. Yeah, back then they used to have boys play women in movies. It's not that way. Well, now it's becoming that way, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, play commercial.
All right. I don't know what I'm doing, man. I'm just putting shit in this folder, trying to hide everything. All right, what are we talking about?
All right, so.
Oh, there's no picture on the, or there's a picture on the YouTube, but that was weird. Like when you were looking at it,
Yeah,
look, it's not there. Oh, okay.
Fried.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's got the big titted mom on it.
Oh, it does? I thought it has it on my desktop.
Oh yeah, that does.
Okay.
I'll tell you what it is. Did you change it?
I clicked. Well, no, I don't know how to change it because I don't have this. I need that screen.
Yeah, it's got your fucking desktop. Hopefully you don't have any like weird
No,
shit.
I didn't have anything. No, nothing.
All right, so this is from the HuffingtonPost.com. It says, wedding venues mortified after accidentally sending bride an email calling her a cow.
Really?
Yeah, so if you read this, if I can
It's your Huff
Man.
Post.
pan down here.
Is this a picture of her?
No.
Oh.
So this lady,
See, in my head, she's fat.
yeah. It's safe to say that one bride will not be celebrating her wedding day at this British restaurant.
I knew she was British.
A British Sun newspaper reports bride-to-be Jade Sharp has posted a scathing TripAdvisor review revealing how she was insulted by a restaurant she had considered as a wedding venue. According to her review, Sharp and her fiancé... Now, I want to know how this got to national news, right?
Uh-huh.
Sharp and her fiancé had arranged a tour of the Mulberry Tree restaurant in Kent, England. But when they arrived, she says, the staff was evidently unaware of the appointment. Okay, so this lady shows up at a place of business when they're closed and surprises them.
Okay.
The couple were still offered offered a tour by a manager who Sharp says was unfriendly and unable to answer many questions about the restaurant's food services because A, they were closed. She didn't know about it, right?
Yeah.
This is like going to a restaurant right before they close and not expecting to get spit in your food.
Mm-hmm.
The engaged woman later sent an email to the restaurant to express her disappointment and was shocked by the response she received. So apparently she got the old reply back with an email attached to the bottom that she didn't know was replied, and they called her a cow, which I guess is the U.S. equivalent of calling someone a bitch.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
The email, clearly sent to Sharp by
You
mistake,
cow.
has the manager who offered the tour calling her a cow, a British insult synonymous with bitch, and dismissing her complaints.
That's funny. Like, think about that now. Insulting somebody by calling them a female animal, right? Like bitch, female dog, right? That's funny.
The lady says, I cannot express how hurt and upset I was reading the email the bride-to-be wrote near her review, calling insult rude and unprofessional. Sharp was soon contacted by the restaurant's owner, who called to apologize for the offense. I'm terribly, absolutely mortified, horrified, and completely embarrassed that you had this sight out of such an email, the owner said in a response to Sharp's review. It's completely unprofessional and indefensible. Sharp has now taken the matter to TripAdvisor and has obviously ruled out getting married at the restaurant. Since news of the incident broke, the venue has also been targeted by other TripAdvisor reviewers expressing their dismay over Sharp's treatment.
Does HuffPost get a bad? Like, do they have a bad experience at the Mulberry Tree?
Here's what I don't
How
get.
the fuck does this make
You
national
show up to a
news?
restaurant unannounced, start asking a bunch of questions. I'm sure you think you're the most important person in the world because
I'm
you're getting
married.
Yeah, I am getting married. I need to know what kind of fucking meat pudding do you guys have here? You know, act like your shit doesn't stink, and then you're surprised when someone calls you a bitch in the email that they didn't expect you to read, and then so that you think you need to take it upon yourself to go to TripAdvisor and then all these other TripAdvisor. To me, like, is it raining or is that wind? To me, it's like the internet has become a way for people, and everyone's so against bullying now, right? It's just a way for everyone else to fucking pile on some cause that they think's legit, that they have no interest in, or don't have all the information, and just basically become a bully, right?
Yes.
Like the Mulberry Tree.
Yes.
Okay, the manager made a mistake.
Fuck it.
He's gonna lose out on the. You know.
Yep.
That's his punishment. Or her. Could be owned by a woman.
Well, it's fucked up as
Don't prejudge.
What are we reading?
No, I was trying to reply to those comments on the YouTube.
Ranger beads.
Yeah. All right, we got around the world and then we're done.
All right.
Is that it? Oh, no. Around the world.
Why is that music so quiet?
Oh, I like it.
It takes me back. It's nostalgic for you too.
So nostalgia, since Kaylin thinks I just love nostalgia, which I do.
Chocolate toe.
That's a real toe. I saw something the other day that said, kids today won't have any idea what it's like to go to.
Fucking picture you send those kids smoking cigarettes. You're like, this is what Mike wants, and it's me touching a digital 1980s finger from
Computer finger,
and then this is what I want. Kids smoking cigarettes.
Yeah. Those kids are living life.
Where are they? They were white and they're smoking cigarettes. That's unheard of.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that music ever gonna stop?
Fuck no.
There it goes. All right. That's from FoxNews.com. Were we talking about something else?
Yeah, you said that you were nostalgia and you saw something the other day.
So said kids today will never know what it's like to go to Blockbuster on Friday night and pick out a movie.
That's true.
Dude, remember how much fun that was?
Well, we didn't go to Blockbuster, but we went to the video store.
We'd go to the video section in Albertsons, the fucking grocery store.
We had the dedicated video store where you would go. It would be fucking the best, dude. We'd go rent a VCR.
Yeah.
We'd get a rent a VCR, and it would come in this
Giant
box.
bag.
No, it would come in a hard plastic case, right? And you'd just they got it evolved, right? And you'd set it up there, and then you'd rent a shit ton of movies because you're only renting this VCR once a month or maybe once every 2 months or whatever, and so you get as many movies as you can.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we would rent like 6 because you would get the VCR for 3 days. Mm-hmm.
My buddy rented a VCR. We had a VCR. And I remember I called it a piece of junk once, and my dad got pissed because he's like, "Why don't you buy your own VCR?"
Yeah.
You put a tape in it.
You motherfucker.
You put the movie in it, and you just press play in it. You hear this noise like that.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Not that noise, but it's not.
Eating the tape.
Yeah, like fuck, it's messing up the movie, like messing with the tracking and stuff. But yeah, I just remember going to Albertsons.
You thought you were like, I can picture myself being that way. Like, this is, your kid being like, this is junk.
Yeah. What? Where's your VCR?
Yeah. Oh, it sucks so bad. Then
Yeah.
why don't you just head to your room and not watch it? We'll watch Commando.
Yeah. But go in there and look at the movie covers. Because those covers are all like painted pictures.
Badass though.
Yeah. And like pick out something and usually pick it out based on the cover and it'd be a shit movie.
Mostly ninja.
Yeah. There's a lot of ninja movies.
Mm-hmm. That's funny because we have such an age difference, but dude, the ninja movies you were watching the same fucking ninja movies I was watching.
I can't believe.
Uh-oh.
I can't believe. I shouldn't have fucking touched that.
You did it. Go ahead. Keep talking.
So I can't believe some of the movies my parents let me watch as a kid.
And make you all uncomfortable sitting there watching it with
it
them?
wasn't sex stuff.
Oh.
I mean, I was watching Predator when I was like in the 3rd grade. My mom, they gave me a copy with the words bleeped out, but that was it. Like, fucking,
Where did they get that?
My grandpa did it, or my dad. One, it'd go blank when they cuss. Like, someone put some serious time in it. I mean, I watched Predator.
That's pretty thoughtful, though. You think about that.
Over and over. Yeah, but saw where Carl Weathers' arm gets chopped off and he gets fucking picked up by, wrist spear.
It's okay to watch that, but not here. Fuck.
Yeah, don't hear. Dylan, you
son of a bitch.
Yeah, a commando.
Pushing pencils. What does he say?
The CIA got you pushing too
Too many pencils.
Take it easy on yourself, Dutch. Okay. Yeah, I get that whole. I could write out that script, handwritten.
Really?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I don't have that good a memory.
They always operate on the other side of the border. I don't know, man. I don't know what my kids pick out shit on Netflix, or Amazon Prime Video or whatever. And it's always
how good are you at like staying on top of that?
On what?
Like what you allow them to watch?
No, I want to watch whatever as long as it's not bad.
Scary.
Well,
I'm strict.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm strict. Like I keep it. Yeah, I'm pretty. She, you know what? Though? She doesn't want to watch. She doesn't really want to watch movies and stuff like that. She likes to watch. She likes to watch YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And watch those Dr. Squish and all that shit. She asked me
my
today.
kids like
She
that
says,
too.
"Does
They'll watch movies like they like that Coco movie and
yeah? Oh, she liked Coco.
right now they keep watching the Lego
Ferdinand.
Jurassic Park. Yeah, my daughter wanted to watch Ferdinand the other day. I thought it was dumb. You know, some of those cartoons.
The guy who
like
plays Ferdinand is bad.
Well, it's like some of those cartoons that they watch. Like I liked Moana.
I like Coco.
I like Moana.
I liked Coco.
Coco's all right.
I like the Latin, the abuelita, the little grandma.
Yeah, I mean it's. I don't have anything bad about it. It's just, I liked Moana better for some reason.
Moana's good.
Hey, that's got a lead female character. And I didn't realize it.
Yep. But do you remember the shitstorm we talked about on the podcast? The shitstorm about that because she had a wide nose, and they made Maui fat,
like
and
almost all Samoans.
so, well, big, like just big fucking dude.
Yeah.
That's most Samoans.
Yeah, fucking deal with it.
The Maori Samoans, the Maori warriors and shit. They're big dudes.
I think if anyone came up to me and like most white people shoot up schools, like yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Big fucking deal.
Yeah. It's not me.
Yeah. Most Samoans are fat. Don't say that.
Well, they ride around two in a truck, one in the front, one in the back.
Leaning against the tailgate. I mean, I don't see why people.
So bad.
I don't see why. I shouldn't say fat. Most Samoans are huge. Would you rather someone say you're fat or huge? God, you're fucking huge. God, you're fucking fat.
I tried to keep that down. Did you hear it? Bubbling? Oh.
But, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
if you were going to, like, would Maui make sense as, like, a stick
skinny?
man? Yeah.
No.
Stick, pencil-necked white guy?
Yeah. No.
Does it?
That'd be like Google Kant. Oh. What's the other guy's name? The Aztec god?
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, we're around the world. So this FoxNews.com. Explorers frostbitten toes to become cocktail garnish at Canadian bar. So a British explorer who lost his toes to frostbite has decided to donate the detached digits to a bar in the Yukon Territory where they'll be used to garnish the establishment's signature and gruesome sour toe cocktail.
What?
Nick Griffiths.
Whoa. What do we got going over here?
Nick Griffiths. Oh, hold on. That's the woman who got fat shamed by her boyfriend. Nick
What?
Griffiths,
That woman got fat shamed?
Yeah.
How?
Nick Griffiths, who fails from Bolton, was participating in the Yukon Arctic race in February when extreme temperatures forced the 46-year-old.
That guy looks pretty tough, actually.
Yeah, to abandon the race and seek treatment for frostbite at a hospital. Doctors informed Griffiths they need to amputate 3 of his toes, but instead of lamenting the loss, he asked if he might be able to keep his dismembered digits so he could send them off to the downtown hotel in Dawson City, Yukon. So they take the toes. Man, that looks rough. And they take these toes and they put them in a drink called it's basically a shot of whiskey with a shrunken human toe in it since 1973.
Really?
Yeah.
And so they look for people's toes?
The bar has reportedly collected about 10 dismembered toes in total and proudly displays the legend behind each of the bar's wall of fame. Over the years, the bar claims that over 100,000 patrons have ordered the sour toe cocktail, making them members of the Sour Toe Cocktail Club.
Would you drink it?
Yeah, they say they disinfect it.
Well, it's fucking soaked in. I'd put it in wild turkey and be good. What is it? Just a.
Here are a few rules. It says, for starters, patrons are not allowed to swallow the toe, which has happened twice.
Oh, shit.
Unless they be charged a $500 fine. And secondly, customers are told you can drink it fast, you can drink it slow, but your lips must touch the toe.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder how much that costs. I say the toes are sterilized by drying and storage process, and then when the toes they arrive in a medical fluid, then they drain that and chop off any fat or veins that might be hanging out. And then we set them in rock salt for 6 weeks, and they become preserved. When we remove the toes from the salt each time, we use them and try to rotate them each week. I'd be more worried about my lips touching one of those that someone else's lips have touched
Yeah.
than the actual toe itself.
What's up with this woman that got fat shamed up top?
You know the grossest part about these toes is the toenail.
Yeah, I don't like the toenail either, but fuck, it's nothing but as long as it's cleaned. How's that woman fat shamed?
This is the girl on Twitter whose boyfriend told her she had a beer gut.
Let me see.
So she posted on Twitter to ask their opinion. And
What? Oh, but you know it's full of white knights on Twitter.
Yeah, a lot of white knights, and so she dumped him based on that. But to me, this is all just for attention.
Yeah.
Because he was saying that he's like, hey, you just don't look like you did when we first started dating.
Oh.
So maybe he was just trying to like nip it in the bud.
Yeah.
See, it's like you do in all your Instagram pics leading up to meeting you. That's how I was introduced to you. Also, the main issue is your gut might stick out more than mine, and that's just weird. Dude has some balls to be saying shit like that.
Is this? Nah.
I don't know.
Is that him?
I don't know. I don't like seeing any pictures of
Oh.
him. She said he apologized afterwards.
She's fucking annoying already.
It's because she's a lead female character.
No, because of that, probably. Damn, is that her arm?
Yeah.
She's fat.
She's this picture,
She looked good in that picture. But then what's going on over there?
It says Calvin Klein underwear and bra sports combo.
How does that work? Why does that trick me?
It's the lighting. Like, I can make myself look fat as shit in some lighting.
I look fat as shit in most lighting. I can make myself look ripped in some lighting.
So
I just got a wide body, I think.
80s action star.
Yeah.
The good thing is mine doesn't change much either way. So
Yeah. I don't know.
I can sit there and try to diet and live right and look the same as I would if I were to eat a whole fucking pizza right now.
I can't say the same.
But I'll still be like 202 to 205.
I'm stuck at 195. I want to go lower.
Yep, I don't know. I'm the worst. I have no idea how to diet.
I'm going to stop saying this after today. I'm going to stop saying I have no discipline. I got to start saying I have lots of discipline.
Like discipline. All right, so that does it for tonight. If you're a Samoan and you're upset by being called humongous or gigantic, whatever it was.
Huge.
Fucking huge. Email us at xspearheadx@yahoo.com. If you're in Papua New Guinea and you don't want to go to war with Syria, email us at xspearheadx@yahoo.com. Or if you have a show idea or a guest or anything you want to talk about in particular, email us. Message us on Facebook. Make sure and like and share the Facebook page. Thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube video below. Hopefully, if you're a long-time listener, first-time caller, you stick around. And if you're a first-time listener,
Tell your friends.
yeah, tell some people so we can continue to get more listens so that we can become millionaires and to start talking about fake shit like Jimmy Kimmel.
Exactly. Act like we didn't talk about this stuff. Like we didn't call Samoans fat.
I never called Samoans fat. I've always been for Samoans.
We love Samoans. All right.
Samoan I knew in Guam, his name was Nards.
Nards.
Yeah,
That's probably.
Nards and Lourdes, but I always called her Lords.
Oh.
She worked at Winchell's. Both of them worked at Winchell's. And
Really?
Both of them were fucking huge. Nards. You go in there at 2 in the morning and get a clam chowder, drunk as shit, and a fucking tuna fish sandwich on a croissant roll. And a fucking
I thought Winchell's was just donuts.
No, you're wrong.
I am wrong.
Big cappuccino. Be like, "What's up, Nards?" And she'd just do this. Had a fucking silver tooth. Like a fucking end boss on a fucking Nintendo game. Nards, what's up? Lourdes didn't take any shit though. She wouldn't fucking. If you weren't paying attention ordering, she'd just walk off.
I dated a girl who was Samoan and black
Yeah.
and white. She was a mix. And her name was Kamala.
Kamala. That sounds like an end guy.
She was crazy as hell, though. And she was hot, though. She was not... She had that thick... She had a thick body, but she was real young still. She was probably like 19.
Yeah.
So she was still... I'm sure she's probably linebacker-esque by now. But and she had crazy hair, dude. But she was cool as hell. Kamala. I can't remember her last name. But she was Samoan.
It doesn't stand. Nard just takes the...
No, yeah, no.
I never thought... I was like, looked at her name tag when I was in a drive-thru one day. Like,
Nards.
does that say N-A-R-D-S? Like, fucking Nards? That's your name? Nards?
Right, the Nards.
She had... I guess we're being racist at this point, but wore one of those Samoan wrap dresses.
Yeah.
And then like a fucking regular T-shirt, like
Yeah, I know the look.
Cowboys
I know the
jersey,
look. I know the
and
look.
had her hair pulled up into a bun on top.
Uh-huh. I know the look exactly.
Silver tooth.
Look like the fucking guy off of the 51st Dates. The cook in the back.
And then go straight from there and go wade out in the water until you're about belly button deep. And I mean, that's a swimsuit too.
Uh-huh.
All right. We're offending more people.
It's all right.
All right. See you later.
Adios, muchachos.
Nards. Don't forget to turn off.
I won't.
You know what I was doing today when you saw me? I was dusting.
Is that what you're doing?
Dust off my dash.
You're like, I seen you. I was coming down off the
I was
turnpike.
like, fuck, is that dust? And I did this.